Hey there! I'm here, about to grab a bite to eat. Just waiting on a menu. Why do we need menus? Isn't all food some source of fuel to feed off of? I get it. We each have our own preferences. When given a choice, we like to choose our fuel. Well, in the classroom, our students have preferences for how they learn as well. One of our previous videos showed how to go about determining students' learning styles. Here, we will show an example of how to differentiate a lesson using students' learning styles. Without further delay, take a look. So, differentiation using learning styles. So the purpose, we want to clarify terminology, highlight benefits, explain the sample process, and highlight the keys to remember. Just to recap, differentiation is the altering of instruction to meet the individual needs of students. We completed a learning styles video. You may want to go back and watch it just to refresh yourself with the various learning styles. In addition, it has sample learning styles inventories, which you will need to utilize in order to prepare for this lesson. But just to recap, you have 4 types: the auditory, tactile kinesthetic, visual verbal, visual nonverbal. So a sample process. The first step, again, you want to determine your students' learning styles. You can do this with one of the sample learning style inventories from the learning style video, or you can find another inventory that suits you better. But this will need to be done before you start planning. Second, identify the skill or standard the lesson will address. Create an aligned objective. 4, determine which portion of the lesson will be differentiated. For newer teachers, it's not recommended that the entire lesson be differentiated based on the learning styles. It's better to scaffold this process for yourself. Pick a portion, the whole group, independent activity, the guided practice, whichever one that you want to focus on differentiating. Step 5, create the lesson plan. Step 6, differentiate the identified portion of the lesson. Again, the whole group, the independent practice, the guided practice, whichever portion you determine. Step 7, determine student groupings based on the learning styles. You may find that all 4 learning styles are present in your class, or you may find that only 3 are present. However many learning styles are present in your class, group your students accordingly. Step 8, implement the lesson plan. 9, administer follow-up assessment. You want to determine whether or not this means of instruction is beneficial for your particular students. Step 10, evaluate student performance and reflect on teacher performance. Some keys to remember: analysis and planning are imperative, especially with this type of differentiation. If you don't know the students' learning styles prior to planning, you're in a world of trouble. Differentiation breaks the monotony of instruction. It's not the same thing every day for the students. This is a chance to utilize your creativity. Not all district curriculums allow for this, but when you differentiate, you're allowed to use your own creativity. And again, this does not need to be done for every lesson. Again, for new teachers, it's not recommended that you differentiate every lesson. However, you want to practice the skill of differentiation, whether it's with data, learning styles, or in the subsequent video with students' skill levels. And that is learning styles in a nutshell. Differentiation can be done in many forms. With some heavy lifting during planning, you can make lessons more engaging and digestible for your students. We hope this has helped. This is the second video in the differentiation series. The next and last video in this series will look at differentiation based on students' skill levels. Please feel free to leave your comments and questions below, and don't forget to join the discussion. See you next time.